Now the Rob Zombie remake and the sequel to that. Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween definitely is an interesting film. I like to split it in half, the first half being the prequel and the second half being the remake. I know a lot of people hated the film, but I thought it was decent. The prequel part was definitely more engaging and more entertaining than the remake half, but it still has its flaws. I find it hard to believe that Michael coming from a dysfunctional family would be the reason for him becoming an unstoppable killing machine. I don't really like the kid who plays Michael. I don't know why, but he looks way too innocent to be Michael Myers. The film has a lot of Rob Zombie's regular cast like his wife Sherry Zombie and William Forsythe. The casting choice that I like the most is Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis. He isn't as good as Donald Pleasence, but does create a good portrayal of the character. So Michael gets bullied by Wesley, who's played by Daryl Sabara, or how I know him, the kid from Spy Kids. I didn't like the fact that the kid from Spy Kids was swearing a lot. It ruined my childhood. But then so did World's Greatest Dad.
Think she'd suck my dick for a quarter and let me suck her tits?
So after killing a load of animals, Michael's mother is approached by the school principal and Dr. Loomis about getting Michael some help. Michael runs away and kills the bully with a large stick. Then he kills his sister, her boyfriend and his stepdad. So he is found guilty of first-degree murder and gets sent to a sanitarium. Michael starts making masks and refuses to take them off. Eventually he just stops talking, and after 15 years and no response, Dr. Loomis decides that he must leave Michael because he can't do anything to help him. Then as a grown-up, a guard in the sanitarium and his friends start raping a new patient inside of Michael's room. Michael attacks them and then breaks out of the sanitarium. Then he starts going after Laurie, and this is where the remake part kicks in. From here on out, the plot is exactly the same as the original, except the ending. When Laurie finds the bodies, Michael takes her back to his house. Dr. Loomis shoots Michael and Laurie and him attempt to go away. Michael smashes in the car and takes away Laurie. Loomis intervenes and Michael squeezes his head. Laurie then runs upstairs and is cornered on a balcony by Michael, and he pushes her off. Laurie wakes up on top of Michael and shoots him point blank in the head. This remake isn't the worst remake ever made. I think that goes to the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. The film definitely has some good entertaining parts to it, but it's nowhere near as good as the original. The film has some really weird music cues as well, like at one point the song Love Hurts just randomly starts playing. It makes no sense. Also, the Halloween theme is overused, and when it is used, it's used at the wrong times. But I do like how in the remake half, the score is the same from the original. The character Laurie becomes ditzy like her friends. One of her friends is actually played by Danielle Harris, who plays Jamie Lloyd in the original series. Brad Dourif as the sheriff is a very good choice and a nice treat for a fan of the Child's Play films like I am. But anyway, the film isn't as bad as people says it is, and it's still a pretty fun film. I give it a C+. Out of all the Halloween movies, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 has got more hate than any of them. I understand why, but at the same time I don't. Halloween 2 is a very flawed film, but it's still enjoyable. The main problem the film has is it's very confusing. The acting is pretty bad. Half the cast are overacting more than Nick Cage in The Wicker Man. I mean, look at this scene. Brad Dourif was one of the highlights of the first film, but in this film there's a part where he makes me laugh out loud and isn't supposed to.
Oh God. Oh no, Andy. Hey, God, no. God, please. Oh God. No! No!
After the events of the first film, Laurie is living with Annie and her dad. Laurie has now become a punk-style girl, and she is no longer friends with Annie because Annie is a constant reminder of what happened. Dr. Loomis is promoting his new book and is being criticised for exploiting Michael Myers and the tragic deaths of the teenagers. Michael Myers is somehow being visited by his mother's ghost and him as a child. His mother is telling him to kill Laurie so they could be a family together. The script is not really well written and lacks in comparison to the original film. This film manages to make every character unlikable halfway through it. A huge mistake the film does was it made Michael Myers speak. Rob Zombie broke the golden rule, that is, Michael Myers doesn't speak. So what is it Michael Myers says? Die! Die? There's nothing good that Rob Zombie could make him say, but die? The film has a few enjoyable scenes, but overall is not that good. I give it an E+. So that concludes my Halloween series reviews. Out of all the films, I'd say the only two you should watch are Halloween and Halloween H2O. Join back here soon for a full series review of the Friday the 13th movies.